Welcome to the Electric Futurist. I'm your host Mark from the Motor City, and today we have a battle on our hands. Battle! Let me know in the comments what was your favorite level in battle. We are talking about Frunks. Frunks is the term that is probably the funniest to say in this is a real thing. We're really saying Frunk. We got electric cars and electric trucks, and we all got Frunks. Unless you're the Chevy Silverado, in which case, eTrunk. Now, I think these Frunks change the way that I think about pickup trucks, storage, electric vehicles. You take the engine and where you think this engine would be in a car, and you have all of this amazing space. It really does show you the difference between what the electric car of the future is going to look like. So we're going to break down the 10 futuristic electric trucks that have the coolest Frunk features. I'm talking size, practical features, smart features, and you'll walk away with a good idea of the size comparisons and the specs that you can expect from the car or electric pickup truck that you might be driving in the future. So buckle up and let's dive into the Frunk battle. Before we begin, I really appreciate if you can like and subscribe because I'm really trying to launch this channel to the stratosphere. So welcome to the Electric Futurist. I do really appreciate that you are here and that you are watching this video, about to like the video. You just subscribed to the channel. It means the world to me that you just clicked on the link below and checked out the merch. All those things that you just did are awesome and I appreciate you. Watch to the end to find out what my favorite Frunk is. They all go head to head and are really competitive, but there's one that I just think is the coolest. So check it out at the end and it might surprise you. And I'm your host Mark, coming to you live from the Electric Motor City, which is what I'm trying to coin the future of the Detroit auto industry, because we are the Motor City, but we are electrifying. I really am excited to see Detroit embrace the electric future and lead the way. We have not led the way. We have dragged our feet, but I have hoped that we are going to lead the way. So here's to optimism. All right, we have to start off this list with the company that popularized and really blew up what the Frunk is, and that is Tesla. All of Tesla cars do have a Frunk. Now, it is pretty small compared to the pickup trucks and the bigger vehicles coming out, but just the small practical use case of this Frunk has really been a game changer for people, whether it's throwing in some extra groceries or charging cables or whatever you need, just extra space in your car. Now the Frunk from Tesla is kind of a simple afterthought. It's really not built with a ton of features. We've got the Model 3 Frunk, which is about 2 cubic feet, approximately 28 inches wide by 15.5 inches long, with a depth ranging from about 8 to 10 inches. So it's perfect for small things. You can see third-party accessories like cooler bags making a lot of sense in here. And we move up to the Model X, which is about 6.6 cubic foot Frunk. Right in between there is the Model S Frunk, which is about 5.3. But let's get into the other Frunks that really do push the envelope of what is the potential for the front trunk. All right, next on this list is the Lucid Air. Now, this sedan is beautiful, and it comes with the price tag to prove its worth. When it comes to electric vehicles and sedans, this has the biggest Frunk and really high marks when it comes to smaller cars. The storage you get here is significant. I'm talking 10 cubic feet of volume, and it's got separated compartments and features that really are practical, as well as automatic lift, just clicking a button or an app or in cabin, and it's going to open, pop right up for you. Lucid, great job with your Frunk. I really do think this is a winner here. And next on this list is the Rivian R1T. Now, I have not been able to drive this car yet, but I did just see one for the first time in the wild, and I really like this truck. It's such a good looking electric pickup truck, and the front trunk has a ton of great features. It's a solid size, 11 cubic feet, 54 inches wide, 25 long, and 22 inches deep. So a good depth. Unfortunately, it is, a pickup truck and it's higher off the ground, so you're going to be lifting things up into it. And it doesn't open out in front and make it easy loading, you do have to lift things up, over, and into it. So too heavy of things, not practical, but there is a lot of really good space here in Rivian. You did a great job with the tunnel. So no marks against you in terms of storage. All right, next on this list, probably the consumer champ when it comes to Frunks and the marketing champ when it comes to really boasting how awesome their Frunk is Ford. Their Mustang and their Lightning have really great features. It's got a drain. They really love showing the Frunk tailgating cooler feature, but really if your Frunk gets filthy, you can rinse it out. It drains out. There's a lot of practical things when it comes to having a drain in there. The Mustang has a 4.8 cubic feet of storage, and the Lightning, coined Mega Power Frunk, boasts a 14 cubic feet of storage. And you can also use it as a cooler. You can also rinse it out. You can also do a lot of things like that. But let's talk about the differentiators here. You can open it and close it within the cabin or your app. And when you get it open, there's separators and things to make it easy to really use and keep things organized. But where the Lightning started this awesome new trend is easy access to loading, unloading, using that as a workstation. The options are endless when you have a Frunk that opens up. And I really, really give credit to Ford and Lightning for kicking off that trend. They also have 4 outlets, USB, USB-C. They've got the outlets there, and that's where you're going to start to see the trucks drive away from the sedans of being really practical and thinking about different use cases. And you got to look at this Lightning Frunk and think that is pretty similar to like an SUV sized normal trunk. All of a sudden, your pickup truck can have like really dirty, messy, big things in the back bed, and you could have your groceries and your practical briefcase in the Frunk and a cabin full of kids, and you can fit everything. So great job, Ford. You might not have seen this pickup truck, but I think it's really, really cool because it feels like it's right out of a sci-fi movie, but not quite the crazy Cybertruck, and that is the Canoo pickup truck. And they've got a really great looking front trunk. Now, it's not the biggest. It's not meant for this huge, massive storage, but what it does have is practicality. Fold down work table, electrical outlets, well lit. All of a sudden, you have this additional workspace. And if you're looking at the Canoo system, you really wouldn't expect them to fit such practical features in a space that is very small. On the left and right side of their pickup truck, fold down tables. They've got these features dialed in with this pickup truck. And I'm really hopeful that Canoo makes it onto the roads. Next, we have the GM Hummer EV and the Hummer EV SUV, which is coming out in the future. But right now, we're talking about the pickup truck. And that's got 9 cubic feet of storage. And probably the coolest feature of this Frunk, and it's really the coolest feature of the Hummer EV in general, is the removable roof panels. The fact that you can remove these and then store them in the front of your trunk, drive around with them, put them back on when it's raining, that's amazing. I always feel so bad for these people in Jeeps that are having an amazing experience with this open cab, and then it starts raining and it just rains on your parade. This is the best of both worlds. Now, similarly, the Bronco, in their use case, they able to store their removable things within their vehicle as well. I love the best of both worlds. Next is the Cybertruck. Now, I have a extreme bias towards this because I've watched countless videos and obsessed over this truck for years, and I'm dead set on buying one. So that being said, their Frunk details are very small and limited, and maybe this year we'll learn more about the size and the practical features and additions like outlets, and I think the thing that would blow everyone else out of the water is if it also added what the Lightning does, which is easy access, fold down, and outlets and stuff like that. I'm not hopeful because of this unibody experience. I just think it's not practical for the build they're going for. Now, some caveats that I think makes it a little better is that one, as we saw the Cybertruck liftgate have a ramp, the whole truck tilted down to make it easier to get in. So They could potentially do the same thing and make the frunk tilt down, and then all of a sudden it's not as massive coming over and putting stuff in. With the air suspension, you can lower the truck as much as possible and then tilt it, and I think getting in and out of that frunk will be pretty easy. Cybertruck, I'm not concerned about the space and the storage, but I'm really excited to learn more about it and stop speculating. All right, the next truck on this list is the Alpha truck. Now, again, it's another one of these. I'm not crazy hopeful on it hitting the road or in numbers that are really meaningful, but I love the look and feel of this company. They have like this cool aesthetic. It's got a kind of a drawing back from the vintage vibes, great colors, great design, and they have got a decent sized frunk. And if the cab and the bed is not that big, you know, having that additional frunk space does make a big difference. I added this to the list because I just really want to see this company succeed, and a lot of people have never heard of this Alpha truck, so I'm curious what you guys think. All right, the Silverado eTrunk that was just announced in CES 2022 is beautiful as well. It has a lot of that same practicality that the Mega Frunk that Lightning came out with. The click of a button, it's opening up, easy access, welcome. So loading in and out, great. And also, I think they're really pushing the work experience, which means taking a look at some of the accessories that they've already shown really opens your eyes to what can a frunk be. What does a frunk look like in a daily driver for commercial workers, or the practical use cases here are endless. So I do think that it's going to be a winner. I really like the easy access, the outlets, that it checks a lot of boxes. So great job, Silverado. Now I'm curious if you can guess which is the winner here. The last but biggest, what I think is the coolest and is number one on my list of best frunks for all electric futuristic pickup trucks, cars, sedans moving forward. Something you might not have heard of, it is the Atlas truck. Now the Atlas truck really kind of ties a couple of aesthetics of a little bit of the Cybertruck, cyberpunk, tough, plus they still have the truck shape and traditional look, but really looking tough and just like could take a beating. Not this like flimsy plastic and just tinny feeling a lot of cars have. I want this car in Mad Max. Just take a look at these specs. 18.5 cubic feet of storage space in a frunk. It's unheard of. It's the biggest, the toughest, and it has two 140 volt and two 120 volt outlets. So it's got the power and an air compressor built right into the frunk. Now I know the Cybertruck has it in the bed, but it's great to see that they are including that. And just look at just how beefy and manly and just tough this thing looks. I really would love to see it in real life, and I really hope that these electric startups can come to market and really shine, because I think there's a space for it, so much room to grow. So I am excited for this electric future. I think that these frunks are practical and awesome, and I cannot wait to get my Cybertruck. Thank you so much for watching. I really am curious which frunk you like the most, and also what car has a frunk that I didn't include, because I'm very curious to see who else is in this game. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, share it with someone, and hit the bell notification if you want to stay tuned for more electric future videos, and I have a ton of topics that I'm really eager to explore next. So stay tuned, subscribe. So check out the next video right here or here, wherever YouTube says to watch the next one. And I really appreciate it. Thanks and bye.